Can we talk about the truth about deep seek situation?
Let's talk about it.
And what do you think about the situation since last week?
Yeah, since last week, it felt like a documentary worth of information has come out. From what I was told, they have 40,000 H100s, not 50, but still a significant spend.
Mm-hmm.
The $6 million number that's been floating around, to my journalists, I love you all, but I think everyone needs to start doing better reporting and not just copying what you heard off of a blog. That was for the last round of testing. My question is, hypothetically and allegedly, how did they get 40,000 H100s into China for this company? All the more reason when people kept being like, DeepSeek's going to kill Nvidia. If I'm selling to the competitor, allegedly, and I'm selling to everyone in the States, how am I going to lose? Talk about true diversification. And I find it really interesting that as this war is heated up, that Sam Altman dropped 03 mini high to combat it. But it being open sourced, everything the DeepSeek is doing right now to beat OpenAI was the original plan that they had when him and Elon were teamed up. Nonprofit, open source, open data. You're seeing the reasoning and the breakdown of why. Sometimes, and I don't think Sam is probably a perfect person, and neither is Elon, but one day we have to talk about karma when you don't do good in your business relationships, how your competitors will use your advantage that you once had against you. So I think it's fascinating that he screwed Elon out of OpenAI, and now his biggest threat is the weapon that he created with Elon.
Yeah, I'm with you on it. I think one of the regulations that were put in place for the semiconductor space was that you can't sell to China. And then they started doing hey, we'll give them modified. And then it was like, oh, we can't give them modified. Yeah. So maybe they got in between some of that litigation, right? But we spoke about this over the weekend, right? The one thing that we talk about, the money for the H1, the Hopper, that's questionable, right? That's a big spend. But some of the information that wasn't spoken about was the energy cost, right? Like how much energy did it take for them to actually get this to run at the level it's running? The fact that it's open source, by definition, means that everyone can use it, anybody can modify it, and anyone can distribute it for free. Now, if you leave something open source, that just to me means that more people will use it. So if more people are going to,
a great strategy.
More people use it, then you're going to need more energy, right? So if you need more energy, that means you're going to need more GPUs, right? Because you have to have your actual open source running at a high level.
Yep.
That means spend. So if you need more GPUs, then you're going to need more infrastructure to house those GPUs. And so like you start thinking like, wait, what are they really saying, right? At some point, they're using the hoppers, but at some point, yes, Blackwell will pass that and Rubin will pass that, and then it'll be something. So they'll have to spend at some point, right? If they haven't spent already. So just be mindful, like when you hear things and you see, like obviously the market took a huge hit and the semi space took a hit and energy space took a hit. Some of them have not rebounded, but had a nice little bounce back up.
Yep.
Look at the keywords and take a deeper dive into what's actually being said, right? Can this kill the space? No, probably not. Is it a more efficient way to do business? We'll have to see, right? One thing that we know is that when it comes to numbers and being upfront with numbers and providing all the data and the information, they haven't done that. We know that.
China isn't the most revealing when it comes to the information that you may need. But the international war, this is the new arms race for sure. Whoever dominates this space is going to have a 10 or 20-year run in the market. So the competition is real. Just the spend was not accurate. And also, it's a lot easier to build a model if you have 2 years to look and copy. I know some of y'all tried that in your business. It didn't work. I saw one of y'all creep out the little ground like Thriller. We're going right back in the ground right after Black History Month. I'm going to let you live because this is what Dr. King dreamed of. But when March come,
what Babyface say? All right, go do that.
Yeah, go do that.
Go do that. Go do that.
What
and you can't be pro ESG and pro AI and chip. No. They conflict. We told you long ago that ESG thing was some BS. Exxon was at the top of
we're gonna need more than ever. If we're gonna win this race, which is like you said, that's the goal. And I think that's a bipartisan mission, right? Like we have to win this race.
Have to.
If we're gonna need more power.
What are 6 DeepSeek proof stocks to invest in if someone is concerned about an AI chip crash?
This is a great question. And I want to be clear, DeepSeek is a threat, but it's not the biggest threat to our market by a long shot. But 3 that I love, Visa, for sure. Go look at their stock.
I got that.
Look at American Express, great minds think alike. American Express, second. MasterCard, third. Fair Isaac Corporation, so FICO will be 4th. Meta, I will put at 5th. And then McDonald's would be the 6th company that I would consider would never be affected. So Visa, American Express, MasterCard, Meta, FICO, and McDonald's. It doesn't matter what DeepSeek creates or however they take your intellectual property. The interesting part even about DeepSeek, like if you ran what is the sourcing for it, most of it was open AI modeling.
Mm-hmm.
It would tell you that in the prompt, which is crazy as hell.
I'm gonna add 2.
For sure.
So we'll just make it 8 because I think Visa is a strong one. In fact,
For sure. The leader.
I put Visa in inside the portfolio probably in April and was talking about just the stranglehold that they had on this space. Like obviously they have competitors, but just even their partnerships. I know they just announced something with Elon that they're going to be doing on Twitter. Visa's there, but I think especially when we're talking about data. When I hear that coming from a foreign entity, I always think cybersecurity. Right. So CrowdStrike number 1 would be in that list for me for sure. Right.
Yeah.
And in terms of cybersecurity, Palo Alto would be in there as well. Those 2 inside that space of like, hey, if DeepSeek is able to succeed or it's able to crack some of the market, there's going to be some security definitely that's going to be put in its way and as a barrier and as a protection. I think those type of companies make sense. Cloudflare is another one. I know that's like a sleeper, but Cloudflare would be another one of those 2.